It's Roman Pruitt, and this video is about an ex-FAANG black tech engineer's look at how that's terrible. What a terrible start. All right. Hello, my name is Roman Pruitt, and I am a ex-black FAANG software engineer, and today I'm going to be reviewing my resume in front of you guys. I'm going to be showing you the weaknesses of my resume, as well as, the companies that I have trying to interview me right now, and what do I think about my chance of getting a job in 2025. And so, yeah, I guess we can get straight into it. So, I graduated from Cornell Tech at Cornell University in 2020 during the pandemic. So if you don't know, Cornell is it's Cornell. They have a master's program that's focused on entrepreneurship in New York. Really enjoyed it. Highly recommend it. Depending on your needs, I can talk about that a little bit. I think my time at a master's degree is not, if you're thinking about getting a master's degree in AI, I don't know if that's necessarily worth it, because there's so much free material out on the internet for you, and you can join a community. Very big on communities. I think the one thing that I disliked about my master's degree is that I did not get a lot of one-on-one time with my professors. I was in a room of like 200. And so when you're in a room with all those people, they don't really have time for you. But I do think I learned a lot about business, like big corporations, startups. I was around a lot of important people. I got my network out, and I was able to capitalize in order to get into M&T, and perhaps it helped me get into Twitch as well. So yeah. I graduated from Fisk University with my computer science degree in 2018, WB honors. I don't think it means that much. So I think the big thing that people are going to see when they look at my resume is that I have a lot of AWS experience. So I was a software engineer at Amazon for a year and 6 months. I need to put the end date. I finished up in 2014. And yeah, I worked at Twitch for 1 year, almost exactly, remotely in San Francisco. You see a little bit of like Enzyme. I have not used ChatGPT to help make some of this stuff a little bit better. I think you see a little typo right there. Need to go back and fix that. And so, yeah, what's funny to me is that I don't think people care. Like, I've honestly had typos in my resume, and because I have, I guess, some of the bigger names, they don't really look down upon it. But at the same time, I don't think that necessarily my resume will get looked at favorably at every company. And so, yeah, I was a junior developer at M&T, just moving data, SQL scripts and all that. And then finally, contractor in the industry, and then I have open source experience in case you guys want to see coding samples. And so, yeah, I was looking at my resume the other day, and I was like, man, I was feeling down on myself because of the Amazon stuff. But I realized, with a resume like that guy has worked extremely hard. And so what's the issue? Why? And I guess I'll spoil it for you right now, is that I'm not planning on getting a job in 2025 or looking for one, hopefully, if things go right, is that here's what people are going to say the weaknesses about my resume. So I'll pull it up again. Let me pull it up. So what people are going to say about my resume is that they feel like I'm a junior engineer, which means that they are going to lowball me if I try to go work. Let's say I go over to Reddit right now, right? They're going to say, Rami has never delivered a product from start to finish. That's why they promote people at companies, is because they earn them millions of dollars. So if you look at, generally, when you look at the leveling guidelines at a company, they generally say that a junior engineer is able to write code, but a mid-level engineer is capable of delivering a project that moves the needle for the company in whatever fashion. They don't necessarily have to do everything, but at Amazon, they say like you don't have to deliver a feature all at once. You just have to demonstrate that you can do every part of the process at least once: design, test, and push a product. And so here's what the leveling guidelines at a company, like a big tech company, like a FAANG level tech company, it goes, I think I would get like a IC2, maybe. Yeah, they might even try to give me an IC1, right? And tell me like, hey, like if you just work hard, you're gonna get promoted really fast. Excuse me. But I honestly think that I'm worthy of an IC3, right? 270 is around what I think that my skill set is worthy of. I may not have, my resume might tell you that I'm not ready for that, but, and that's another thing with companies. It's like you are, like a manager has to give you an opportunity to prove that you're an IC3. And so if you're not, I've heard of engineers quitting teams or switching teams because they see that their manager is feeding somebody else, right? They're trying to set somebody else up for promotion. Excuse me. They're trying to set somebody else up for promotion, and there's only so many promotions that a team can give to somebody. And so that's why people have to like move around in the industry, is that they're looking for a team that is not so dysfunctional that nobody can win, but at the same time, it's chaotic enough that they can come in and make a change in that community. And so looking at that, I'm not really satisfied with what I can get. And then on top of that, let me get a close up on me. It looks like my internet is not doing that well. On top of that, I just want to tell you guys that there is a lot of cheating. Actually, number one, I hate LeetCode. I think LeetCode is a terrible metric in order to judge somebody's ability to be a software engineer. I have never once, I want to say 99% of the time, LeetCode has never come up into my job. There are many things that I would say are more important than being good at LeetCode. Like I heard building a business is way bigger of a sign that you are ready for senior level projects, because in business, problems, you have to solve a lot of different problems and wear a lot of different hats. Being well-rounded in all these different skill sets will help you on a job, regardless of what they're doing. Obviously, there are people that are like specialists, people who study their ass off in C++, and they know this image processing algorithm. They can do it from heart, right? They're finding more performant ways to do things. Those people are always going to be needed, but generally those with a high enough. I've seen engineers come into my team that don't know anything about the business, and they're able to make an impact because they're already well versed in those tools, and they have a good understanding of how business works. Where I've seen other people come in and they struggle, and they have a good idea of what their old business is, but they don't have the business fundamentals yet of a new business. And so I think being able to prove that you can build a product up from the ground up, right? Like if I could go on, they asked 4 years of professional software engineering. So they're looking for somebody that's a senior. It says former founder and early engineer at a startup who's built a product from scratch is a plus, right? Proficiency in JavaScript, proficiency in backend languages. We use Python. Some experience with Postgres, AI, and ML. Direct experience not required. So look at this. Like how many jobs, I just want you guys to pay attention to how many jobs are asking people to build a product, to have an understanding of what we're going through, right? Especially in the future as AI becomes better at writing code. AI will never replace a human being's ability to understand what their customers are going through and be able to fix that issue. So it's going to be all that more important in the future that people are not studying LeetCode, but they understand business. How do you understand business? Do you go get your MBA? I don't think so. I've read many founders talk about how they went and got their MBA, they got their master's degree in AI, and when they were in a room with somebody that had started their own company, started their own company, that when they're in a room with somebody who started their own company, they didn't hold a candle to that guy. So it's like they spent $200,000 on these degrees to not understand what it actually looks like to be in the ring, right? I could teach you courses on how to box, right? I can teach you how to throw a jab. I can teach you how to kick. We could spend years doing that, but nothing is going to be a better experience for you than when you're actually in a real deal fight. And so, yeah, I am super unsatisfied with what I could earn right now as a software engineer. And I do not feel like LeetCode is going to help me. It's going to help me differentiate myself, right? Let me know in the comments how you guys are going to get a job in 2025 and what you think about the current culture. Oh yeah, before I end the video, I just want to say if you want to know what I'm going to do in order to get a job, potentially, what I'm going to spend my 2025 doing, you can watch this video up here.